Hello, it's me. Different backdrop today. Lovely light. So, here we are. And as I've stated previously, Diddy is the gift that just keeps on giving. We have further commentary from somebody who I believe is in the know in terms of legal machinations. So this is Orlando Spado. Seen a couple of videos by him. Don't really know much about this gentleman. But if you're watching this, please go over and give the channel some love. And go over and watch the full commentary that he's got over there. So let's see what this chap has to say for himself.
Well, good morning, everybody. I got a very valuable breaking news about Judge Submarinian, a big decision.
Subramanian, I believe.
He's going to have to make. Before I do, folks, please subscribe, hit that like button, and all that good stuff. Okay, folks, if you're like me, you've been watching YouTube, you've been watching television, and you see that an alternative juror by the name of George is doing the circuit on national news. Inner city press has been posting about this. What this guy's doing is totally wrong. You couldn't remember something.
Well, he's going to explain it now, I think. But I always thought once you'd given your opinion as a juror, you were free to kind of commentate on your experience as a juror without giving away any sensitive information or anything that was not marked as candid. You have to sort of respect the court's wishes still for various evidential items in the case. But I thought other than that, you were free to kind of say what you want. So it's interesting to hear this chap Spado talk about this.
Judge Submarinian, every night at the end of the night, has been telling the jurors do not talk to each other or discuss this case with anybody. But yet this guy now is on national news discussing it to the world. Now, he goes by the name of George. Won't give his last name. He wants anonymity. Fuck this anonymity bullshit. Okay? People are suing Diddy and they want to go anonymous. Yes, they have a right to. But if you want to sue a guy for money, then use your name. Okay? Let's be upfront. Let's be transparent. I'm very transparent, folks, and I tell the truth. Whether you like it or not, you're going to get the truth from me. Now, you probably don't know and don't realize that a judge can overturn a jury's verdict.
Now, this is something that I'd heard of years ago, but I was under the impression that it was really, really rare because that act by the judge of overturning the jury's decision could be seen as basically flying in the face of the judicial process. The man was tried, and unless what I'd said previously about the judge not being the jury not being a safe jury, of course, by which I mean maybe one or more of those people may have been compromised. Diddy had a lot of money, a lot of connections. And as I said previously, not to impugn the jury that oversaw the verdict on the Diddy case, rather I'm just making a very general comment on the fact that compromised jury members are a thing. And so if they are a thing and have been a thing in the past, why wouldn't they be, or why couldn't they be now? Again, allegedly, just my opinion, but very interesting. Because if this is the case, that the judge may be looking at this, and I stress here, may be looking, because I've not seen anything else to the fact, what reasons would he give? Because I'm assuming he would have to give a lengthy and full description of his reasoning. Because, of course, we're dealing with a man's future.
100%, absolutely, no question, he could do it. And now, I believe Judge Submarinian should be doing it.
Right.
On the Diddy trial. This could be bad for Diddy. Okay? Because I'm having no whole nother trial. Now why? Okay? It was me who said from the beginning that this juror should be sequestered. Number one. He didn't do that. Judge Aaron Submarinian. Next. This juror, going on national news, basically said, oh, we just want to get this over with. Where the juror's getting tired. Okay?
You don't really want to be a juror in saying that, really.
He's talking about Cassie. He's talking about Jane Doe. This guy, George. Now, Inner City Press the organization, been doing great reporting, and it's where most of the people who've been getting their information from have been getting it from Inner City Press. And they're saying that the judge might overturn this verdict. I think he should. What do you think, folks? Leave a comment. Have you watched this guy, Joe?
Well, as I say, go over to Orlando Spado's channel and show him some love. Like and subscribe this video, please, as well, for him. Thinking about this logically, as I've tried to do throughout, whilst injecting as much humour as I possibly can, because the world is a stage, etc., etc. How many reasons are there for a judge to do this? And frankly, does it matter? Does the judge just look at the sentence given by the jury and just think, we need to take this man off the streets? As I've said previously, I made a point in one of my previous videos that, is it a jury's job to not just look at the evidence, and this is a bit controversial, I'm aware of this, but to not just look at the evidence, but to also consider that the man, whoever it is, but in this case Diddy, the man is a dangerous individual, and it's obvious he's a dangerous individual, and does the jury have a duty to take the opportunity to put him in jail, to take him off the streets? No one would argue, I think, prosaically, that if they could do that, then they should, for dangerous people. But taken in a jury context, the law states that it should only be the evidence. And as we know, there's an old saying that says the law is an ass. And one would imagine that that was first uttered because the law should be blind in any case, giving the person being tried the presumption of innocence until found guilty, which is great. This is what we want. But on more than one occasion, we've seen the law being made a fool of. So this isn't an easy square to circle or circle to square. But I shall certainly be keeping an eye out on what Judge Subramanian says in the matter. Because rather like Diddy and his cliffhanger lifestyle, don't miss next week's exciting episode. Maybe the trial will go pretty much as his life went and just be one twisty turn after another. Well, we wait with bated breath. So until next time, this is me signing off. Look after yourselves.